Hi, my name's James Orvis, and this tutorial is a little bit of a follow-on from the last one where we looked at the relationship between LFOs and how we can combine them on one single source to create interesting rhythmical results. And this is like a little bit of a step further to that. So we're going to kind of use those techniques, but we're going to start to send the LFOs to different parameters on the synth as well. So we might not necessarily just like use 6 LFOs on, say, the cutoff. We might use maybe a couple of them on the cutoff to get an interesting rhythm going off there, and then I'll experiment a little bit and we'll see what other kind of modulations we can start modulating, parameters we can start modulating. So I'm going to start by just explaining one little thing that I did to this synth before we started the tutorial. We've got 2 different engines here, so we've got wavetable and an analog, and I thought it'd be pretty cool to split them up. So we're sending engine 1 to filter 1, I think. Yep, filter 1, and then engine 2, which is the analog filter, that's going to filter 2. And I thought it'd be quite cool to modulate those differently from each other, and that should give us some really interesting results as well. So what we're going to do first off is filter 1, let's just send a couple of LFOs to that. So these LFOs, I've set them up, I've left them how we had them before actually, just to kind of speed up the process, because I kind of liked where they were sat. So let's just start to dial these in. That's really nice, I like that. So we've got this filter 1 going off here, and we're going to look at engine 2, this filter, and we're going to give that maybe a different LFO pattern, and maybe I'll give it a different LFO pattern, but then I'll use LFO 1 or LFO 2 as well, and see if we can get some interesting combinations there. So LFO 3, we'll send that to this filter. So let's start to look at modulating some other parameters on the synth. So maybe I'll start to use the functions. Let's send that to, maybe try resonance. So that's only going on the first 2 steps, so I need to sort that out. Basically, that's every time there's a new chord, it's restarting the LFO, and I don't really want that actually. So let's just do, I think sequence start will allow it to carry on. It's not re-triggering it at the start, but I'm sure that doesn't matter actually. We can just leave that to run freely. Let's try that. So we've got that going off, and let's start to modulate some other bits as well. So let's modulate this D-tune here, because I kind of like that sound. And we need something that's running a little bit slower. So if we go to function 1, not function 1, sorry, function 2. And maybe we'll have a look at these. Just want kind of like that, just a triangle basically. We'll send that to the D tune. That's really cool, I like that. So we'll leave that as it is. Let's go on to this as well and see what we've got in here that we can kind of modulate. Maybe we can also send that to the noise volume. Yeah, let's bring the noise volume up when that happens. So that's starting to sound a lot more interesting. So I've just remembered you can also send modulations from an LFO to another LFO. So let's play around with this. It might get a little bit messy, but I think we can get something cool with this. So if we're not using function 2 actually. So I want kind of like a stepped kind of thing again. So what did we use on this one? So if we go to function 3, so we've got step sequence at 8. If we use something similar to that where it's like a squared thing, we can change the LFO rate over time. So let's have a look at this. It might be quite interesting. So if we've got functions 2 and we send that to, we have a quick think about this. Maybe this one for filter 2. So if we send it to the sync rate here, let's try that. Yeah, that's really cool. I like that. Let's send that to another one as well. So maybe one of these. Let's try that. So we've got function 2. Send that to this one. So yeah, we really like that. And let's move on to see what else we could do. Maybe we can start to modulate some effects parameters as well. So I'm going to play around with stereo pan. And we're going to play around with the sync rate of this pan. Maybe we'll take it off. Take it off as well so it's not synced. And I'll send this one to it because that's got a lot of interesting stuff going on now because it's constantly moving around because of the functions that's getting sent to it. So let's just do this. We can kind of get that going. I've just realised I've set that to the amount, which is quite cool actually. Let's send it to the rate as well. Maybe we'll try it on sync to see what we get out of that. Get a bit crazy now. Let's go back and see if I can just sort out the volumes of each one so we can match them up a little bit better. So that's really cool. Let's go ahead and see if we can do some more stuff with the effects. Right, I've got a little idea. So we'll send functions 1 or function 2, depending on which one is the slowest. So yeah, we'll send function 1 to this time division here. So it changes the time of the delay. We'll see if that works. So we've also got this reverb on the bus A as well. So we could maybe modulate this send knob here. And we'll probably do that with maybe we'll use like one of the random fins actually. So this could be a good one here. This binary one, because it's got like this on and off stuff going, and we can slow it down a little bit like that. So it's just every now and again we'll get this like splash of reverb. Let's go over to binary, and then we can send it to this. So that works, but let's see what other effects we've got. Maybe we can do like a chorus or something. So it goes really weird and chorusy. Let me just turn this all the way up. Something like that, and maybe put the reverb after it. Oops, wrong one. So if we go to send bus and put the reverb there. So yeah, we've got like these kind of like really weird chorusy things. It's a bit like it's detuning and things like that. It's an effect I like to do quite often actually. If you push like a chorus up into the higher modulation rates, like you can get this like really nice kind of detuning stuff going on. So yeah, we've got that. I mean, it's quite messy at the minute, but like I said, it's just kind of showcase how far you can go with the LFOs really. And you could probably dial some of these back and take some off that aren't working as well. But yeah, it's just really cool to kind of experiment and just see what stuff you can send them out to. So that's our third and final video to do with LFOs. So let us know in the comment section below if you found these tutorials useful. If there's anything that you would like us to cover next, please let us know that also. And also let us know your stories, like have you come up with anything cool using these techniques this week? I'd love to hear that. My name's James Orvis, and I will catch you next time.